This is Chris Videos. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and it'll all be down there in the description box. And I'll be doing my AEW Dynamite March 16th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's Dynamite. Now, the first match that kicked off, it was Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, teaming up with Adam Cole versus the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus Jurassic Express, and the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Adam Page, in a six-man tag team match. Now, this six-man tag team match was pretty good. Great match to kick off Dynamite. This match probably lasted about 13 minutes, I want to say. Somewhere 13 to 15 minutes. Sorry, I got the hiccups. But, yeah, this match was, it was a pretty good match. Wish it was a little bit longer, but for this match, I'll give 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match. At the very ending of this match, at one point, we seen Adam Page and Luchasaurus lift up Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole on their shoulders, and pretty much setting up for the Doomsday Device. And we seen Jungle Boy jump off the top rope, hitting a double clothesline on Cole and O'Reilly with the Doomsday Device, laying both of them out. And then Cole was getting pinned, I think, by Jungle Boy, maybe. And he kicked out at 2. I mean, he didn't kick out at 2. Bobby Fish broke the pin, actually. And then Luchasaurus was trying to run Bobby Fish, trying to take him out, but Fish pulled down the top rope with Luchasaurus going over it, taking him out for the rest of the match. And then they took out Adam Page and then Red Dragon. They hit their tag team finish move onto Jungle Boy, laying him out. And then Adam Cole got tagged in, and then he comes up and hits the running knee to the back of the head, the boom, onto Jungle Boy, and then pin him for the 3 count. And while he was pinning him, and by the way, it's thundering and stuff outside, so yeah, you'll probably hear some thunder and rain and all that as well. But yeah, Adam Cole hit the boom onto Jungle Boy, and while he was going for the pin, Adam Page was trying to get in and break up the pin, but Kyle O'Reilly was holding him down so he wouldn't break up the pin. But yeah, they did get the 3 count and everything. But yeah, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, and Adam Cole defeated Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and Adam Page tonight in a 6-man tag team match. Pretty good 6-man tag team match, like I said earlier. Like I said, I'll give that match 3.5 stars. If it was a little bit longer, I'll probably rate it a little bit higher. But yeah, that match was pretty good. A good way to kick off Dynamite. And yeah, tonight's Dynamite is like a special episode, St. Patrick's Day Slam. So yeah, that's the title of this week's episode, Dynamite. And there's multiple matches. Britt Baker will be defending the AEW Women's Championship against Thunder Rosa in a, I think it's a steel cage match. That'll be later on tonight in the main event. And later on tonight, we'll see the Hardy Boys teaming up for the first time in a few years. This is Jeff Hardy's in-ring debut on AEW, and they'll be taking on Private Party later on tonight. That match will probably be a good tag team match. And not only that, we'll see Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson versus Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta tonight in a tag team match. I think that match will be happening up next, actually. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a tag team match. It was Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson with William Regal, which he was at commentary the whole time in this match. And they was taking on a team of Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta with Trent Beretta, Orange Cassidy, and Danhausen at ringside in a tag team match. It was a pretty good tag team match. At one point, we seen Jon Moxley breaking up the pin. Actually, Chuck Taylor broke up the pin on Bryan Danielson when he was pinning Wheeler Yuta. And then Jon Moxley gets in the ring, throws him out of the ring, and then he hits the Paradigm Shift onto Chuck Taylor outside of the ring, taking him out for the rest of the match. And then he gets back inside the ring, and Wheeler Yuta, he was fighting the whole time. Like, he was kept on getting kicked in the chest by Bryan Danielson, and he kept on asking for the kicks more and more to the chest and everything. And then at the ending of this match, of course, Bryan Danielson finally got him down. And he starts stumping on his face over and over again while he got his hands and everything. And he tags in Jon Moxley. Moxley comes into the ring and gets him in that bulldog chokehold onto him, and then made Wheeler Yuta tap out. So yeah, Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson defeated Wheeler Yuta and Chuck Taylor tonight in a tag team match. Pretty good tag team match. But then after the match ended, we seen Willie Regal get into the ring, talking to Moxley and Bryan Danielson, and then Wheeler Yuta and them was walking away, and then Wheeler Yuta looks back, and then he goes back into the ring while Chuck Taylor and them was all looking at him, wondering what is he doing, and then Wheeler Yuta gets in the ring, and he was trying to shake William Regal's hand, but then William Regal slaps him instead and says, "Go back where you came from," and all that. So yeah, that's what happened. But for that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it a pretty good match and everything, like what happened at the end. But yeah, that's what happened. And yep, pretty good match. And then we seen FTR and Young Bucks going at it a little bit backstage as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, we seen the Jericho Appreciation Society. They all came out, and yeah, this is a group that Chris Jericho formed last week on Dynamite after he pretty much destroyed the Inner Circle by attacking Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz last week on Dynamite, beating them down. And yeah, Chris Jericho comes out with Jake Hager, Daniel Garcia, and 2.0. So yeah, they came out, and we seen 2.0 talking about Chris Jericho and stuff, talking about how they appreciate Chris Jericho and everything. And then at one point, while Chris Jericho was talking on the mic or whatever, Daniel Garcia grabs the mic and he goes like, "You know what? I appreciate you too." And before I actually talk about the rest of it, which I forgot actually, Jericho was talking about how he's not a pro wrestler, how he's a sports entertainer. I actually like this version of Chris Jericho because it's pretty cool. And yeah, that's when Daniel Garcia grabbed the mic and everything. And he's talking about how he appreciated him and everything, and how he declares himself as a sports entertainer as well. So yeah, pretty cool stuff right there. And then yeah, that's what Garcia was saying. And then Jericho grabs the mic and starts talking on the mic again, and he goes like, "A few years ago in 2019, this man tore a lot of pretty much broke a few bones and stuff in a car accident, and it was Daniel Garcia, how he pretty much sent him thousands of dollars pretty much to get surgery and everything to heal up. And then that's how Daniel Garcia came to be today, and and that's why Daniel Garcia appreciates him." And then he was talking about 2.0 and talking about how they appreciate him because they got fired from WWE. And he said his friend Kevin, pretty much Kevin Owens, contacted him and said he gets a few friends that's jobless now. And that's when he brought them onto his podcast and interviewed them in his home and everything without him even knowing who they were. And pretty much that interview spiraled into them getting the job up with AEW and stuff. And now that's why 2.0 appreciate them. And then that's what Jericho said. You know what? 2.0 is a stupid name. And he gave them new names. And he said Matt Lee's new name is Daddy Magic Matt Menard. And Jack Parker's new name is, and his new name is Cool Head Edge Angelo Parker. So yeah, they changed their names now. And he said 2.0 was created by Bad Creative. So yeah, that's what Jericho said. And yeah, he gave them new names So yeah, 2.0 is no more, even though I'm going to still call them 2.0 because those two names are freaking long as hell. So yeah, I'll just keep on calling them 2.0. But yeah, they got rid of those names though. And then he said how he appreciate Jake Hager because they've been friends since like 2010 and everything. And we already know about their career and stuff back in 2010 with each other in WWE and all that. And yeah, and that's when Jericho was talking about Jake Hager, and Jake Hager grabbed the mic and he was talking and everything, how he appreciates Chris Jericho and all that. And yeah, that was everything right there. He said Jake Hager was the one that stood beside him while Sammy Guevara quit Inner Circle, and how Santana and Ortiz disrespected him. So yeah, that's what he said right there. But yep, that's how pretty much the Jericho uh, Appreciation Society formed. And yep, that's what happened. So yeah, Jericho got rid of 2.0's names, and this is why Daniel Garcia and 2.0 joined Chris Jericho and Jake Hager. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty cool segment and everything. And Jericho said, "We aren't pro wrestlers. We are sports entertainers." And then they flicked off the camera and everything. So yeah, I like this version of Chris Jericho already. It's a pretty good thing. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And yeah, that's what happened. But still to come later on tonight, we'll see the AEW Women's Champion Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa in a steel cage match for the AEW Women's Championship. Still to come later on tonight in the main event. And still to come later on tonight, we'll see the Hardy Boys versus Private Party later on tonight on Dynamite. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was the TNT champion, Scorpio Sky, with Dan Lambert, Paige Van Zant, and Austin Vanderford, which is Paige Van Zant's husband. They was all at ringside. Ethan Page was not at ringside with them tonight, but yeah. And Scorpio Sky was taking on Wardlow for the TNT Championship. Now, the way how Wardlow got this match was he won the ladder match at AEW Revolution a few weeks ago. So yeah, that's how he got this championship match. But yeah, he goes into this match going for the TNT Championship. It was a pretty good match. At one point, we seen Paige Van Zant getting in Wardlow's face outside of the ring, and he's pretty much messing around with her or whatever, flexing his chest and everything. And then her husband Austin would pulls her out the way and starts some making out with her and everything, and gets to Wardlow's face. And then he was about to get hit with a power bomb by Wardlow, and then that's when Scorpio Sky saved him at one point in the match. But then at the very ending of this match, Dan Lambert at one point got on the ring apron while Scorpio Sky got hit with multiple power bombs by Wardlow. He got on the ring apron, distracting the referee and stuff. And then we seen Shawn Spears walking out down the ramp with a steel chair in his hand. And Wardlow, he got out of the ring. He was waiting for him to come down. And while the referee was pretty much distracted by getting Shawn Spears to go backstage, that's when MJF come out from out of nowhere through the crowd and stuff, pushing Wardlow face first into the ring post. And he throws him back into the ring. And then that's when Scorpio Sky quickly came up and rolled him up for the 3 count. So yeah, Scorpio Sky defeated Wardlow and has retained the TNT Championship. That's what happened right there. But then after the match, Wardlow starts getting attacked by Austin Vanderford and all them. They started beating him down and everything. But then Wardlow started getting the advantage back. He starts beating everybody down. He was about to hit a powerbomb onto MJF. But then Shawn Spears comes up, hits him in the back with the steel chair multiple times. And then hits him upside the head with the steel chair as well. And then MJF paid Dan Lambert some cash or whatever, paid him off or whatever. And then MJF then grabbed the diamond ring and then hits Wardlow upside the head with the diamond ring. So yeah, laying him out. So yeah, that's what happened. pretty good match and everything, and what happened after the match was pretty good. So yeah, with all that happened, I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it pretty good stuff. But yeah, still to come later on tonight, we'll see Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker in a steel cage match for the AEW Women's Championship. That'll be later on tonight in the main event. But up next, it looks like it will be the Hardys versus Private Party up next on Dynamite. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a tag team match. It was Jeff and Matt Hardy, the Hardys versus Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. Private Party tonight in a tag team match. It was a pretty good tag team match, but at the very ending of this match, we seen Jeff Hardy try to hit the twist of fate on Isaiah Cassidy. Isaiah Cassidy reversed it, trying to hit a twist of fate onto Jeff instead, and then Jeff reversed it by pushing him away. And then Mark Quinn was on the ring apron, and Isaiah Cassidy went over the top rope, pretty much hitting the silly string. He bounces off Mark Quinn's back, and then that's when Jeff Hardy caught him on his shoulders. And then Matt Hardy pulled Isaiah Cassidy off of Jeff Hardy's shoulders, and Matt Hardy hit the twist of fate onto Isaiah Cassidy inside the ring. And while Mark Quinn was still on the ring apron, Jeff hit the twist of fate onto him. He hit the twist of fate on Mark Quinn and knocking him off the ring apron. And that's what took him out for the rest of the match. But then he climbed on the top turnbuckle and then hits the swanton bomb onto Isaiah Cassidy and then pinning him for the 3 count. So yeah, the Hardys defeated Private Party tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. Pretty good match. But then after the match ended, we see Andrade El Idolo and, the Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny. They came out, and Jose. And, they was coming out to attack the Hardys after their match. But then, as soon as they got into the ring, we seen Darby Allin and Sting come out for the rescue, chasing them off. And yeah, the Hardys and Sting and Darby Allin stand tall in the middle of the ring. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty good tag team match and everything. Well, all that stuff. And the return of the Hardys. I gotta give it 3 stars. It was pretty good stuff. It was a pretty good match between the two teams. And not only that, is the Hardys returning in this match and everything. But yeah, like I said, I'll give it 3 stars. Pretty good Dynamite tonight. But yeah, up next, we're going to see the main event. It will be the AEW Women's World Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, versus Thunder Rosa in a steel cage match up next on AEW Dynamite. And that will be for the AEW Women's Championship. So yeah, that'll be up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was the main event. It was the AEW Women's World Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, versus Thunder Rosa 1-on-1 in a steel cage match for the AEW Women's Championship. Now, this match was a pretty good match. It was the main event tonight, and this match pretty much had it all. Like, steel cage was used in this match. Usually with steel cage matches, these, steel cage will be, attached to, the ring pretty much, where you could still climb the steel cage or whatever. When Wardlow and Cody Rhodes had their steel cage match, where steel cage is, more, pretty much on the ring apron. But this steel cage is, more, a little bit like a Hell in a Cell cage, where you can, pretty much get out the ring. You can still walk on the floor or whatever on the outside, but you got that cage right there. So, yeah, that's how this match is. But it was a pretty good match. It was a damn good match. Easily match of the night. These two women, pretty much blew this match out the park. I want to say this match was probably better than their Lights Out match from last year. Now, that match was pretty damn good, but this match, it was probably a little bit better. Just a little bit. Thunder Rosa's entrance in this match was pretty good. Same for Britt Baker's. During this match, both women was bloody up and everything. They was using steel chairs. They was using the cage. It was using thumbtacks and all that. At one point, Britt Baker accidentally super kicked Paul Turner, the referee for this match. And, Thunder Rosa ran Britt Baker into Paul Turner, knocking him out the ring, and then he smacked Steel Cage on the way out, taking him out for the rest of the match. But then Aubrey Edwards came down, pretty much refereeing this match, the remaining of this match. At one point, we seen a pile of steel chairs, and we seen Britt Baker hitting a Coptic cross pretty much onto Thunder Rosa off the top turnbuckle onto that pile of steel chairs, which was insane. Thought she had her there, but she kicked out. And then at one point, we seen Britt Baker pretty much standing multiple chairs, like layers of these chairs. I don't know how to really explain it if you haven't watched it, but it was insane how she stacked it up like a ladder, pretty much standing all the chairs up. And both of them was on the top turnbuckle, and Britt Baker got knocked off the top turnbuckle, landing on those, which was insane. And then she brought the thumbtacks in, and she was trying to lock on the lockjaw at one point, and then Thunder Rosa bit her hand, and then she gets over on the other side so she could use the other hand, but then Thunder Rosa grabs the other hand and starts slamming it on the thumbtacks. At one point, we seen Thunder Rosa get hit with a back body drop on the thumbtacks, and then we seen Rosa hit the powerbomb onto Baker on the thumbtacks as well. But then, they got out the ring, brawling outside of the ring, get back into the ring, and then Thunder Rosa managed hit her finish move, the Thunder Driver, onto Britt Baker on the thumbtacks, laying her out, and got the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Thunder Rosa defeated Britt Baker tonight in a steel cage match for the AEW Women's Championship. So yeah, Thunder Rosa is the new AEW Women's World Champion. So yeah, incredible main event. Like I said, this match, I'll give it 5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty damn good match. If you have yet, go check this match out, because this match was freaking great. And it was in Thunder Rosa's hometown too. So yeah, like I said, great match. If you have yet, go check it out. Both women's bloody in this match and everything. It was an insane match. Chairs, thumbtacks, pretty much a lot of stuff was getting used in this match. It was a great match. If you have yet, go check it out. Like I said, I'll give this match 5 stars. Easily match of the night. But yeah, tonight's Dynamite was pretty good. Like I said, this match was match of the night. And I pretty much don't got no complaints about tonight's Dynamite. Like, the segment with Jericho and all of them was pretty good. Seeing the Hardy Boys pretty much reuniting as a tag team was pretty good as well, with a match against Private Party. Wardlow with MJF continuing was pretty good. Everything pretty much for tonight's Dynamite was pretty damn good. Tonight's show, I'll give it 9.5 stars out of 10. So yeah, 9.5. That's why I'll give it a pretty damn good show for tonight. But yeah, we got a new AEW Women's Champion tonight on Dynamite, and yeah, pretty good match and pretty good show tonight. So yeah, that has been my AEW Dynamite March 16th, 2022 reviews. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to TNW Wrestling, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And yeah, like I said, this has been my AEW Dynamite reviews, and I'll see you guys later for this Friday's Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage reviews this Friday night. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then.